Hey guys, you want to see a magic trick? We have one cube and now we have two. That was the most stupidest intro ever, dude. Hey guys, I'm Saurav Vijayata. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and in today's video, I will show you how to use the mirror modifier. What is mirror modifier? Why model something twice when you can do it just one time in Blender? So you see I have a cube, I have a vertex selected, G and Y to move it on the Y axis and move one and the other one moves along it. Now, how do you apply the mirror modifier? You select your object, you come to the small wrench here, you say add modifier, search, and you can search mirror here, select the mirror, and bam, nothing happens.
You're teasing me.
Wait. Okay, so the reason mirror does not work is because it considers the object's center pivot. Now, let's talk about the tool. This is the mirror modifier. Axis tells you which axis do you want to mirror it on, X, Y, or Z. Now, as you can see, X is selected. And if you check my cursor, you can see that the center pivot of the cube is literally in center of the cube. So it is mirrored, but it's overlapping itself, if that makes sense. So let me try fixing this confusion. What we are going to do is actually switch off on the X axis. So basically mirror is not applied because nothing is selected. Now I'm going to select my cube, press G, press X, hit 2 on the keyboard, which moves the unit 2 units, right? I'm going to select the object, hit go to object, set origin to 3D cursor. Now, do you see this blue dot? That was the center pivot of the cube. That has moved to your 3D cursor. Now, there is a proper distance between it. If you apply mirror and say X axis now, check that out. Do you guys see what happened? It took the cube, and because its center pivot is moved, it mirrors that object, literally. So if you hit tab, the original object goes into edit mode. Now guys, if you select this vertex and move it, it literally applies to the other cube as well. Now, with this learned, do you guys understand how many things you can do with this? Anything you model which is symmetric needs to be done by using mirror. Cars is one of the biggest models you can do. You don't have to always model both sides. Remember, when you model a car, just model one half of it and the other half can be always mirrored. And literally any tool you use on this object will get mirrored. So if you hit Ctrl R to add loops, and let me add one here, add one here, add one here, and then add one here. Go to 3, select this face, press E and extrude. There you go, it extrudes. So literally anything. Okay, now let's just go in every axis. You can even pair them. So mirror that on X. Now mirror it on Y. Now mirror it on Z. So I see multiple cubes here, and all of this will edit at one single time on your command, right? So really useful. Let's talk about clipping. You can see that I have a simple model here and it's mirrored, but it has a gap in its center, right? If I go into edit mode, select the original one, go into vertex selection, select that whole ring and go on the side. And then I'm going to go into wireframe mode. If you guys notice, if I press G and X, I can move this, but you see how it overlaps? It overlaps and it keeps going on the other side, right? This is really messy. What I wanted to do is literally come to the center and clip. That is where clipping comes into play. If you switch on clipping, press G and X and move the mesh now. Look at this. I can't move it past the center line. It perfectly goes and clips at the center. That is what clipping does. Oh, and the final tip of mirror is when you have an object like this and go into edit mode, you guys can see that the mesh is actually cut, right, from the other part. Now we will use something called merge by distance. This is the option over here. When you click merge, Blender default puts it to 0.001. That's the distance it's considering. What this means is if two meshes are within 0.001, they will merge together and actually, your whole model becomes just one piece. That's what I'm trying to say, right? You can see that now this is a very small distance. Our gap is bigger than this. So once you start increasing it, I'm just clicking and increasing it. Now you see how the gap is enough. So it automatically has now merged all the vertices in the center for you automatically, or else you will have to do it manually and you have to like bridge and do all of that. So don't do it that way. Just switch on merge, merge by distance, increase the distance if it's not merging, and it should do it. Now it's the final step. So after you do the merging and clipping and you're happy with your object, right now this thing is still broken into two pieces. It's because your modifier is still applied. Now, listen up. When you're using mirror modifier, make sure you have completed everything you want before applying the modifier, right? So when you think, yes, this is completed, I don't want to add anything else, now I'll just add asymmetric stuff, I'll just create something else and put it just on one side, I don't want to work with mirror anymore. That's the stage when you come to your modifier, click on this small drop down here and hit apply. And now this thing is one full mesh. If you hit tab, there you go. The whole thing goes into edit mode. And check this out. The beautiful thing is if you select this vertex and move it, it's merged. If you did not merge your object and if you move this, you would have seen a duplicate vertex right in its place and only one side moving. It's because the objects have not been merged to the center. That is why it's important, right? And with that, there you go. You can literally work with mirror and it's so much easy. So go try this. So to recap, the mirror modifier duplicates and makes a clone of your real object on the axis you choose. But remember, it's live mirror. It's not a literal object, right? So any edits you do will be reflected on the mirror. It will only become a real object when you apply the modifier. The mirror object does not work if your center pivot is not in the right position. If it's in the center and it looks weird, then you know that, okay, I need to move my object away, bring the center pivot to the center of the grid, and then mirror it, and then do your function. Don't forget to merge by distance to make sure that all your vertices in the center are merged perfectly. And with that, this video concludes, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you later and have a good weekend. See you guys. Bye-bye.